Toast. Cheers. Okay. Hey, hey. Welcome to the first episode of the Weed and Wine Vodcast. I'm your host, Leafy, and we got a second
I'm
host
Lex.
here.
Hey y'all.
We are sipping on some white wine today, and I'm hitting on a different strain than she is, but I am smoking on this. Let me make sure I ain't lying to y'all. This is the Afghani Kush,
What do I
y'all.
have?
Just
I
made a
have
stop at a dispensary, so we on that fresh
I have lilac diesel
lilac diesel.
to
Sound like a
pair with my
flower.
white wine.
It sound like a real flower. It don't even
Afghani and
sound like
lilac.
weed.
Yes, the diesel.
Yeah, that diesel though. That's like one of my favorite strains. Diesel, if it's mixed with diesel, I love that flavor because it's so strong. But today, guys, we got a couple of videos and topics to discuss with you guys. We're gonna keep them on the side here between us both, and you can check it out. Make sure you're interested. If you're rewatching the VOD, make sure you skip to topics that you're actually interested in, so you don't bore yourself. Or if you like us enough, watch them all. You never know, we'll agree on something. All right, so the first topic, did you have in mind where you want to start this one off, co-host?
Um, I think the first thing we could talk about is probably, I guess we could start off with something serious. The most like recent thing that's going on right now is what's happening with all the Haitians in Texas.
Okay, so yeah, that is a big thing. I don't know if you guys are aware. After the storm, a lot of Haitians were displaced. We do have a video up here that we're gonna react to. I'm gonna put it on the screen for us all and make
But
sure
it
it's good.
wasn't just a storm. Remember their president was assassinated.
No, I did not know that. I had no clue
Their
that the
president
president.
was assassinated.
I did not know that.
I was trying to figure out why are they all fleeing the country, but I forgot about that. The fact that um their president was assassinated while he was getting in the car, and the wife, I think the wife got shot as well, but she survived, but he died. So they don't have a president. They don't have a leader of their country right now. And so they lost their leader and then they had a natural disaster.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the vid right there for you guys so you can see what we're talking about. This one is called 13,000 Haitian migrants across into Texas. So I'm guessing that instead of going to Florida, was that's normal for us. We're from Florida. That's normal for Haitians to come over here during um what do you call them? Natural disasters, I guess. Big
Yeah, because
podcast,
we're so
yeah.
close.
But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play this. I think this is a news clip right here, guys. Let's go ahead and react to
Yeah.
this. Is it gonna play for us?
13,000 mostly Haitian migrants have crossed the Rio Grande into Texas and are now living under this bridge. Would you look at this? Conditions, they tell us, are
It's just
squalid
so many
with only a
people.
few toilets and little access to food or clean drinking water. NBC News has learned the Biden administration is planning to ramp up.
Jesus. How did they get here? Tell us that part.
I have never seen anything like this before.
Deportation
I'm
flights
sorry if y'all
to
only,
Haiti over the
getting the
next week to deal with
podcast
the surge.
experience,
Think of
but
that.
if you're here for the
Homeland Security
podcast,
officials say
it's
most of the Haitian
serious.
migrants came from South America, where they've been living for years. Of course,
Guys, what?
deporting these migrants would mean
So
sending
they
them
came
to a
from South
country in
America?
turmoil, natural disasters.
The only thing that's throwing me off right now is the fact that it's 13,000 people. Forget that they came from Haiti, guys. Think about
Yes, that's a lot.
13,000 people gathering up under one, building, like under one roof. That's a lot. That's an event. For them to be up under a
Yeah.
bridge, that's very like I don't know. It's historic. Like, what's going on? I have never seen that before. That literally looks like some stuff they'll put on a video after the hurricane has hit and the people are out there struggling in that same country. You know what I mean? These are the people.
Yeah.
This is says Del Rio, Texas. So this is Texas, and it looks like it was a hurricane here, and these people are trying to get their
Yeah.
little bit of belongings that they can, retrieve out of the water. But it's not even the case. They literally just out here.
This is sad.
This
This
is
is sad because
strange.
how did they all get here?
I have never seen something like this before.
This and they just out here like they don't know. I mean, I don't want to say it like that. Like it ain't no beach vacation or nothing.
They
But
bathing in this water.
that's what it makes me think of, like seeing this many people in one spot. It's like this is like a beach holiday with this many people. That's crazy that these people are displaced. This many people.
The fact that they got LA clothes on and
Yeah.
Jordan clothes. I mean, I understand it being down there in Haiti, but it's LA is not that prominent to be on your clothing. Like you could know about it, but the fact that you got the name brand clothing that doesn't even look old, it's suspicious to me.
No. His clothes are very new. His whole outfit, minus the
The first
shoes.
guy who popped up had a Jordan shirt on. I'm just looking at everyone's clothes here because when I was poor, because I was a young poor nigga, I couldn't afford those things. This like no some normal shit you'll see, like niggas at the beach, cause
Mhm.
we not even the beach. It'll be literally like a lake or a river, and
Yeah.
this is what it looks like when we all at the a church or something. It's an event, but the sense of these people are all immigrants from a whole nother country. This
Yeah.
isn't normal, guys. This isn't normal.
It's not normal.
Where is any like officials? I know the news is here, but where's the actual officials who are supposed to be, getting the paperwork on these people, making sure these people are safe to even be in the country? They have a pandemic going on. They claiming that it's COVID, but again, I don't see any officials making sure these people aren't sick, making sure these people aren't bringing in any other diseases that we don't even have over here.
That part.
I think it's very strange that this is occurring at this time in America.
We now have 1/3 of the population of the city of Del Rio, Texas, in a confined space under the City of Del Rio International Bridge. I had thought that
Okay, so are these people from Haiti? Or are these people from Del Rio, Texas, and they're just displaced in Del Rio? He literally said we have a
Um.
third of the city's population under that bridge. So that means that these people are considered a population. They've been on the census, guys. If you know what the population is, that means you are counted on the American census. You are a citizen. You live here.
Yeah.
These aren't immigrants. These people are literally from America. These are Americans. These aren't Haitians from Haiti. These are Americans who I guess their lineage is Haitian.
the alarm was set on Monday. This is
But
setting
remember, I told you
the
they was
nuclear
sitting there
bomb
calling them
alarm
people in
that
Louisiana
this is
refugees,
no longer
That's
like they
crazy.
not
Tony, they
American.
expect thousands more to come here before this number starts to slow down.
They expecting thousands more.
In the meantime, they are turning to federal resources
But
to
from where?
try to get some help here. We know that there are area restaurants here, Shep, cooking up food to bring it to the migrants here. Some of them, I'm told, have even gone back across the river into Mexico to get food and water and then bring it back to their families on this side of the river. And this
I'm so confused. So it's Mexicans also involved in this, guys. So Mexican cities were also affected by this hurricane. That's what they're trying to say. I'm not sure if all of these things that they're saying, guys, they're not putting any proof up here of these things. They're just saying stuff. So at this point, we're just taking their word for it. They said it's Mexicans
Yeah.
going from Mexico to the Americas to give their people, Mexicans, some food and go back to Mexico. But they have at the bottom of the screen that it's Haitian migrants crossing into Texas. There's nothing about
Well, I think
Mexicans.
he must be saying the Haitians are crossing the border, like
No, no,
they're
no,
going
no.
from
I'm gonna
the.
take it back for everybody can hear what he's saying. This is a guy who's reading a
It
news
to
prompter.
the migrants
He's reading lines. This was written for him. He didn't write it.
here. Some of them, I'm told, have even gone back across the river into Mexico to get food and water and then bring it back to their families on this side of the river. And this is an ongoing situation
But he said the
that we're keeping an
migrants.
incredibly close eye on.
Yeah, but the migrants are the 13,000 plus Haitian migrants.
Jeff?
Man alive, Morgan Chesky will come back for developments.
That's how they confuse you guys. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to make it a conspiracy type of video, but this is very confusing. I don't think this is something that we should just let, wash under the bridge and nobody think nothing of it because it's a 13,000 Haitian
Yeah, that's
migrants
a
under
lot
a
of people.
bridge, but they're claiming that there are Mexicans involved now. Like, where are the Mexicans in these videos where there's no officials, but it's news cameras covering a whole bunch of, Haitians?
Yeah,
My bad, let me
that's
unmute
crazy.
this.
It doesn't make sense because they also said that these people came from South America.
Yeah, that is very strange to me. Uh,
Like
if they
they've
came
been
from
living
South
there.
America, the whole issue is, I'm gonna pause it right there for you guys can see what I'm seeing. The whole issue is though, is that they're saying that look at all those people. They're saying that these people are Haitian immigrants, but they just told us that that's a third of their population in Texas, that city. He said a third of the Rio City population is up under this bridge. So these people are not migrants; they're displaced in the United States from the United States. uh, I just want to know what the
Yeah.
people out there actually saying. Like usually when the news do go and talk to people, they go and will go and do these type of things. They at least interview a couple people. I wonder how these people talk. Are they really Haitian? Like what's
That's what
going
I'm
on?
saying. We
It's
haven't heard any
strange.
of them yet.
But now this is I'm not sure this is the one we was supposed to have up next. I just wanted to show you guys what it looked like out there for everybody else who's passing by on the
Yeah.
highway. So let me get that one off the screen. Is this another
And then
one?
the fact that they moved them there. Where were they at before that they had to bring them all under the bridge?
Yes, I'm trying to figure out. This is another one. It says mass deportation of Haitian migrants in Texas set to begin today. So I'm listening. You guys, you got to pay attention to the news when the news is talking to you. You can't just listen for keywords and stuff like that. You actually have to pay attention to everything that's being said to you, and you can't make your own assumption off of what's being said. You have to take them for everything they saying, and if it's not true, you discard it. You can't make it fit what you believe. So listen to everything they say to you. If it's, I don't think it's any sound. Let me make sure. Hold on.
This is just so many
Mission
people.
on the Texas border. A group of migrants, most from Haiti, spilling onto the shoreline beneath a border bridge. Thousands of men, women, and children waiting days in triple digit heat for their chance to claim asylum. Late Saturday, Border Patrol, National Guard, and Texas state troopers descending on the scene to try and slow down the surge.
We need the administration to call this what it is. This is a crisis.
The Department of Homeland Security sending 400 additional Border Patrol agents and
How
resuming
many
deportation
crises
flights
this
to
year?
Haiti within the next 4.
They said they sent 400 Border Patrol agents. Why I didn't see them in that video?
48 hours,
Hmm,
adding our borders are not open,
suspicious.
and people should not make the dangerous journey. Yet so many already have. DHS saying till recently, thousands lived in South America.
So these people are not Haitian. You can't tell people what they are, y'all. You can't make these people Haitian because you want them to be Haitian. If they telling you they're from South America, they're South American. You can't just make them Haitian because you want them to be Haitian. Now, if they're born in Haiti and they migrated to South America because of a hurricane, then yeah, they're Haitian who just migrated to South America. But if they're from South America and you're claiming that they're Haitian and they didn't tell you that they was Haitian, there's a big problem here. We can't just be labeling people. That's people. You can't just tell people what they are.
Yeah.
DHS saying till recently, thousands lived in South America.
So thousands of these Haitians are South American. Come on, man. Like, y'all don't do that. Don't throw all these people in the same
This
category.
Haitian man sharing he paid 5,000 pesos for help reaching the Texas border. Across the river, the city of Del Rio already struggling. The bridge closure cutting off millions in cross-border business.
We're just a little town. We're not equipped to humanitarianly take care of these people.
Authorities say
Right.
some migrants will be taken to U.S. processing centers, ones where staff aren't already overwhelmed.
Oh my goodness, they're taking them to internment camps.
Others flown back to Haiti, where the island nation is still reeling from a 7.2 magnitude earthquake barely a month ago.
Whoa.
Until then, a real-time
So
test
it's
for
not
U.S.
even a hurricane,
authorities
it's a
after
it's an
the White House
earthquake that
dismantled
they're running
That's
policies
from.
from the Trump
crazy.
administration that required asylum seekers to remain in Mexico while waiting for their day in court.
Every Border Patrol agent I talked to said this is at a tipping point for our security, our capacity.
And this morning, the
Just imagine the families that these soldiers, the border patrol, have to go home to. You know what I mean? You have to always have that fear in the back of their mind because they actually believe in COVID. So they have that fear in their mind that you any day you could be bringing that home to us.
This is crazy.
Any day now,
This is
he can come home and
a
he just
lot.
happened to pass by and brush against somebody who had it, and your wife doing your laundry, and the whole house got it because she cooks it food for everybody in the house. You know what I mean? That simple. It can happen that easily. And the fact that it's not being taken more seriously in the sense of, oh, COVID.
Yeah.
All I see right now is them trying to contain those people. But how do you contain a sickness in 10,000? That's a lot of people. It's a lot of responsibility as well because it's not our
That
people. If they're
is.
not from the United States, that's not our responsibility either. But we can't, turn a blind eye. But at the same time, in this situation, they need to get their officials together in Haiti.
Yeah.
Even if the president do fall, you're supposed to have some type of contingency plan in the government, that can handle these type of crises. And if you can't,
Yeah.
then you'll get taken over, like Puerto Rico.
mayor of Del Rio tells me that complicating this issue is the fact that Ciudad
They
Acuña, the
might.
city just across this
Might
bridge in
become ours.
Mexico,
Yeah,
has
they might
not
be
been as
another place of
cooperative as they would have
Americas.
liked in slowing down
We
the
got so
flow
many of them
of
over
those
here.
buses carrying migrants. The message from authorities on this side of the river today: the border is closed. Don't make that journey north. Willie?
Morgan Chesky in Del Rio, Texas for us. Morgan, thanks so much.
Goodness. So hold
So they
on.
closing the border. You can't come no more. So the people who were coming over here, they can no longer come because we're at our capacity. And I understand that, guys. We can't get mad at America's border patrol for saying that they can't let y'all in here because they know y'all situation. But at the same time, you know what's happening in the world. People scared.
Yeah.
Even if it ain't what are they saying it is, people are still scared. And y'all are a lot of people. You ain't just bring over 100 people. You brought over a
Thousands.
lot of people, and they said they expecting thousands more before it closed. And it's like, oh goodness,